So I just finished feeding the boys. I'm gonna try and feed myself. I need to try and make a video today. As you can see, I'm still in my gown. So just trying to pour some water. I still need to prepare myself and film this video. I think it's about 11 right now. I know it's late. But yeah, I need to have some breakfast, and I am having some jungle oats. Let me feed myself and get ready and actually make this video. And I have visitors while I try to make some food. So busy. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Ms channel. My name is Liz. For anyone that's new, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's get into the video. Today we're going to be talking about breastfeeding twins, my experience and what I went through, and my tips of do's and don'ts. No one tells you that breastfeeding is difficult. Right? I mean, you read all these things. Okay, everyone does tell you, but you read all these things and you think, oh, snap. Well, I'm sure I can do it. All I need to do is just make sure that I produce some milk and put the breast in the baby's mouth, and that's it. But no, that's not it. Breastfeeding is a skill. I'm not going to judge moms who tried breastfeeding and it didn't work out for them, because I am one of them as well. You still have moms out there who give you like a really weird look for formula feeding your baby, and honestly, like, there are so many things that can happen for you to stop breastfeeding, and honestly, fed is best. As long as your baby is fed, it's fine. No one should make you feel bad about not breastfeeding. I mean, honestly, these things need to stop. We need to stop mommy shaming each other. It honestly needs to stop. So basically, what happened with me is, okay, when we're still in hospital, so during the night, you can give the babies to the nurses that work at night to take care of the babies while you sleep, because giving birth is a lot. And also, I would honestly suggest that every mother out there use that opportunity, because you are about to not get sleep. So you need to sleep. The 2 nights that you're there, or 3 nights that you're there, give the baby off to the nurses and sleep. If the baby needs to feed, they will come. Or if you brought your pump some milk, and they will feed the baby for you. When I was in hospital, I opted to give the babies to the nurses at night so that I can sleep. And when the babies woke up, or one of the babies, then they would bring the babies to me to feed. and then they would take the babies back. My milk came in at around 3 days, so I was breastfeeding exclusively for those 3 days. Well, when we were still in hospital, up until we went home. We got home. I think I have spoken about this, that Nsuku got jaundice. So the nurse that was treating Nsuku suggested that I stop breastfeeding because we don't know what kind of jaundice it is, and it could be breast milk jaundice. Yes, there is something like that. So it was better if I gave him formula up until he was off the light. Big mistake. Huge mistake. Worst mistake of my life. Suku was off the breast, and while he was on the light for a week, the blue light, and I still breastfed Corolla exclusively. And when we left the hospital, they did tell us to go and weigh them every week. So we went to Discam to weigh them every week so that we can see if they are growing. So now Nsoko is off the blue light. Now I try to breastfeed Nsoko. He does not want the breast at all. At all, I mean at all. He did not want to breastfeed. And honestly, that broke me to pieces because my child was rejecting me. I remember this is what I was telling Mick after I was over the whole ordeal. But every time I tried to give him the breast, he would scream his lungs out. He did take a bottle, and I did try to pump, but that didn't work because I felt like I was under so much pressure feeding Corolla, and then I have to go and like sit on the pump for like 30 minutes, and oh my gosh, it was just a lot. It was just too much, and all of that stress affected my milk like a lot. The fact that Nsuku got jaundice was already affecting my milk, and then the fact that I was feeding them both, trying to feed them both breast milk, trying to pump for one and trying to breastfeed the other, was a mess. And that stressed me out because I was like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And my mother-in-law, she just did not want to impose as well because I'm a new mom, and she did not want me to feel like, oh, so you think you know better. But I could see that she wanted to say something, but she didn't. And I'm glad she actually didn't, because at that moment I was not in the right mindset to hear what she had to say about me breastfeeding my baby. And I was really trying my best, and it just did not work. Nsoko now was formula fed, Corolla was breastfed. So as we are going to weigh them every week at Discam, I think week 3, Corolla did not gain any weight, and I think he actually lost a few grams. So the nurse at Discam said you might have to start supplementing with Corolla as well because he's not gaining weight. All my dreams of wanting to breastfeed my babies out the window, gone. I was gutted because of all the things that you read, and you hear people like, oh, I am a twin mom and I exclusively breastfed my babies up until 6 months. Even singleton moms, yeah, I've been breastfeeding my child for 3 years. I wanted it so, I wanted it so bad. I don't even want to lie. It gutted me, it hurt me, it broke me, it made me feel like I was not a mother, that I was not enough. And Suku is rejecting me. Gorula is not gaining weight. It finished me. Anyway, so, okay, fine. We start supplementing, but I remember my mother-in-law, she was so supportive because she was with me for the first 3 months every day. So she was like, don't worry about it, don't let it stress you so much. She's like, I remember with Mick, because Mick is such a skinny person, she was like, we also went to weigh him and the sisters were like, he's not gaining enough weight, and she was like, well, I don't care as long as he's growing a bit. And honestly, thinking back at that moment, I should have persisted. I should have kept on breastfeeding and asked for help from consultation of some sort from a professional. I gave in and I did not try my hardest to fight for it. It makes me feel like a little bit of a failure. Basically, mistake number 1 was not persisting with the breastfeeding and trying to get my milk supply up and making sure that Gorula latches and that he does not pull away when there is a letdown, because that's where he gets most of the milk. That's the first mistake that I did. Mistake number 2 was I was kind of lazy to say to breast pump, because honestly I just had a lot going on, and newborn blues, you're not sleeping, you have these 2 people who are literally counting on you for everything, and Gorilla literally always wanted me to hold him, and that was a mess because also I was not eating. That also contributes to your milk supply dipping. Another mistake that I made was not feeding them at the same time. So you are not really forced to tandem feed, but if you can and you actually master it, that is great. But if you don't, feed one baby and feed the other one straight after you feed the other baby, because keeping them on the same feeding schedule, it keeps them on the same schedule. So what I would do in the first few days of their lives, I would just wait for the other one to wake up. And that is another thing about twins, schedules and them being on the same schedule. It's so important. You have to have twins on the same schedule, feeding, wake up times and sleeping times. It honestly makes life a whole lot easier. Number 2, I did not have a twin feeding pillow. I will try and link a picture here, but I feel like if I actually knew that there was one in South Africa, I would have gotten it. And I only found out like later on when the boys were like 5 months old that I could have actually gotten it at Mama Magic. It's the name of that site. I think it's called Double Trouble. So I did not. But you know what? I feel like I looked hard enough and I just couldn't find it. And the only places that I was being referred to was Amazon. And I don't know why Google did not take me to Double Trouble. Another mistake that I spoke about briefly now is that eating. You need to eat right. I was not eating right. I was not eating enough, and you need to eat. And I remember I still had my third trimester cravings, so I still ate a lot of sweets and a lot of junk. Every time Meg would be coming back from work, I'd be like, "Oh, I want chocolate, I want donuts, I want this, I want that," and those were all unhealthy. Some pills for me to drink to get my milk supply up, because it was like, okay, you have twins, so to make sure that you have enough milk, he gave me some pills, and they did work. And I also did try some bars by Miss Milk, so those also worked and they taste amazing. So give those a try as well. Right now, I'm gonna go into the do's. I have stated what my mistakes were, so the do's: eat right, eat a lot of calories, eat a lot of healthy food, and make sure you have healthy snacks with you, like a lot of healthy snacks, because breastfeeding made me so hungry, and I've heard a lot of people saying that I am so hungry every time I breastfeed. Make sure you have a lot of healthy snacks. The Miss Milk bars are a great healthy snacks because they also help with milk production. I mean, that's awesome. And then there was also a tea that I drank that also helped a lot. Water. This is also very important, and I know every breastfeeding person will tell you, I'm always thirsty. You are always thirsty, and you need to drink a lot of water. Another do for me is be consistent. You will be tired. Yes, there will be a lot of sleep deprivation in the first few weeks, but you need to be consistent. You need to stick to the schedule that you and your baby have to make sure that you establish a good milk supply. And another thing, ask for help. Do not be afraid. Yes, I know you feel like it needs to come naturally, but it honestly doesn't. Like I said, breastfeeding is a skill, and if you need help, honestly, ask help. I feel like I should have asked my mother-in-law. She was there. She breastfed um, 3 boys, and the last one breastfed up until he was like 3 years old. So I actually that was like free advice right there. And I know my medical aid also had like a free consultation with a lactation specialist. So I should have honestly used that as well. I don't know why I didn't, but again, you just feel like you're a mom and you should know what is best for your baby. And honestly, breastfeeding is very hard. It's really hard, and you can use all the help you can get. I mean, I did try and watch a lot of YouTube videos, but that did not help, obviously. So ask for that help when you need it. Now I get into the don'ts. Yes, it's very easy for me to say don't stress, but the less you stress, the better. And I know the first few weeks of a newborn's life is very stressful, especially if you're a new mom. But you need to keep your stress levels as low as possible. If you feel like you are overextending yourself to too many things, then just take a step back. Honestly, the dishes can wait, cleaning can wait, laundry can wait. Someone else can do that for you as well. So if you feel like you need to take a step back and just not stress and just be relaxed, then do that. If you feel like you need to step out for an hour or so without the baby, without anyone, then do that if it's going to help you relax. So do not stress. And I was stressing a lot, so that contributed to my milk supply dipping. But I'm gonna get into how long I did breastfeed Corolla in the end. So yes, don't stress, just relax. Breast pumps. Do not scheme on breast pumps. when they say get hospital grade, they mean get hospital grade, because I thought that okay, it's just the breast pump. I just need something to get my milk out. I don't see why I need to buy anything so expensive. I bought some no name breast pump, and within 2 months the sucking sanction was not functioning all that well anymore. It was not sucking that hard anymore. So if you don't have a good breast pump, it will not get all the milk out of your breast, and it will not get a proper letdown so that you can pump enough. So get a good breast pump, a hospital grade breast pump. I know that there are places in South Africa where you can actually rent one. Honestly, just rent one if you don't have like the 4 grand or whatever they are asking you at that moment. Just rent one out. I think it's like less than 1,000 every month. So rent out one and establish a good milk supply. Pump enough if you are going to go back to work. Pump enough for your milk storage, so that when you do go back to work, then your baby has enough milk and you'll still be breastfeeding anyway when you get home. So just don't scheme on that breast pump. The few good breast pumps that I have heard of, I think it's called Spectra and Madela. Those are the two good that I have heard of. I am not sure how, what is it, Tommy Tippy Tippy Tommy, how that one is. I'm not sure how Nook is, and I'm not sure how Avent Phillips is. But I know a lot of moms also use Nook, so I guess that one is also okay. So coming to the conclusion of this video, I breastfed Korula up until he was 5 months old. He only used to breastfeed in the mornings from when he was about 3 months old. But otherwise, Korula, now he is off the boob for good. He was off the boob from when he was about 5 months old. I just stopped because honestly there was not a lot of milk coming out anymore, and I think he was just sucking on my breast for comfort. But now he just bites it and he can't even suck it anymore, so I'm not even gonna try. And he has teeth, so no. That's it from me and about breastfeeding twins. I hope this helps a twin mom especially, and for any other mother out there, fed is best. That's it. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and comment, and if you have any questions, just comment. I will try and answer all your questions. And also remember to follow me on my Instagram. That is the platform I am most active on. And see you guys in the next video. Bye.